Freedom at last for another of the Yandina Five, with a judge ordering the release of 30-year-old Joshua Carew. The alleged bikie associate was among those arrested while drinking at a pub under the Newman government's tough anti-gang laws. Reporter Jonathan Lee is at the Arthur Gorrie Correctional Centre at Wacol. And Jono, when will Mr Carew be freed?
Well, Georgie, we're outside jail where Joshua Carew is set to be released any time now. His family arrived 15 or 20 minutes ago. His wife Tracy and also his father-in-law. It's been a very busy day for them. They spent much of their day in court, where finally bail was agreed to at around 10 o'clock this morning. The paperwork, though, took much longer, and as I said, he should be coming out of those gates any time. His freedom, though, has been hard-earned. He was originally arrested back in December. Much of his time has been spent in solitary confinement. For Tracy Carew and her father-in-law, the bikie laws are personal.
We wanted to have a permanent reminder of our fight for the boys.
For Joshua Carew, that fight's taken 28 days, most of it in solitary confinement. After a week of trying, the 30-year-old builder and member of the so-called Yandina Five was this morning granted bail.
Exciting, and we just can't wait to now go and pick him up at dinner. I'm sure he's dying for a roast dinner or something nice. That I'm sure he's dying to sleep in his own bed. Once a Rebels member, his father-in-law sold his Harley and quit the club to pay the legal bills. His own son Stephen's been charged and remains behind bars.
It's been incredibly hard to hold your wife while she's crying for 5-6 hours a night and speak to your son who's locked in solitary.
The kids think that their dad's been solving a mystery. Under
tough new laws, 3 or more bikie affiliates can't gather in public. Police, though, allege Carew is a known Rebels associate.
These blokes are a renderer and a pizza maker.
Mr Carew was never a member of the Rebels, that he'd never sought to join the Rebels.
The 30-year-old has a checkered history. Joshua Carew still faces drug trafficking charges. He's also previously been convicted of the unlawful possession of drugs, explosives and having a concealed loaded pistol in his car.
I think it's the reason why Australians are Australians. We want fair, that's all we want.
The trial starts. Yeah, Georgie, now while one celebrates, another has to wait. 58-year-old Paul Lansdowne hoped to also be released this evening. His bail application began last Thursday. He hoped it would come through this morning at 10 o'clock the same time. Unfortunately, though, his decision has 2:15 tomorrow, Georgie.
Thanks for the update, Jonathan Lee, live there at Wacol. Meanwhile, the Premier's ramped up his attack on illegal bikie gangs, saying he's sick of their crocodile tears. Here's State Political Editor Kathy Border.
Touring Cairns Hospital, the Premier's bedside manner doesn't extend to the outlawed bikie gangs. Solitary confinement pushing one accused bikie to tears in the court dock.
I'm over the crocodile tears, frankly.
Campbell Newman's message for those targeted in the controversial bikie laws is blunt.
Leave the gangs. Leave the state.
Reinforcing that the laws are helping clean up crime generally on the Gold Coast.
The taxi drivers will tell you that this has been a huge breath of fresh air, that it's great to see a feeling of safety and security return.
But facing a vote in nearly 6 weeks in the Redcliffe by-election, the Premier is well aware of concerns the laws have gone too far.
In less than 3 years' time, these laws can disappear from the statute books in Queensland, because that's the intention of the government. There is a 3-year review and they go.
That begs the obvious question of won't the targeted bikies simply return to Queensland if the laws disappear?
Well, I take your point, but people can't have it both ways. People are saying these laws are too much. I'm saying they're there for a reason. I don't particularly like them.
Queensland is becoming a laughingstock. These laws must be workable. To have a fresh start, you need a new Attorney General.
The opposition says Jared Blay should be replaced by Ian Walker. Kathy Border, 10 Eyewitness News.
A police